In the first semester of 2015, the police fired rubber bullets, tear gas, and stun grenades at shrinking theaters in the southern city of Curitiba, leaving more than 150 people injured. The police said they responded after a few protesters that were shouting against the budget cut to the teachers' pension plans. Such measure was being taken in order to diminish the impacts of the financial crisis going on in the country. This goes to show the lack of priority given to education, resulting in fewer and fewer people who are willing to teach for a living.
Growing levels of professional shortage in Brazilian schools have highlighted a historical issue in the country: education. Even though, during the last decade, the government have effectively lifted millions of people out of extreme poverty and illiteracy, guaranteeing them with access to newly built schools and universities. Not nearly enough has been done to improve the quality of education and teaching methods. Poor quality education translates into social and political and economic problems Brazil has been facing for years. Government with limited resources destined for education each year, the full-profile school system has proved dependent as the state has failed to meet the demand on its own. To serve the lucrative and growing market, American and Brazilian private funds corporations and investment banks are buying and merging educational institutions at a rapid rate. Since the country's top schools are private, those who cannot afford paying for education are left behind, with decadent public institutions where it lacks teachers, infrastructure, and material. Consequently, the majority of poor and consistently black students are not able to compete with the elite for university spots. Even the tuition-free and most prestigious ones do not to the economic barriers, but to the high level of the admission tests. This is why, in 2012, President Dilma Rousseff signed the Law of Quotas, giving Brazil's 59 federal universities 4 years to ensure that half of their incoming classes are from public schools, which generally serve poor students. The pool of admitted students must also be representative of the racial mix in the local population. Brazil's bold approach tackles the overlapping disadvantages stemming from race and poverty by setting specific numerical targets for universities' admissions in its state. 3 years after it was implemented, the gap is still clearly visible, as only 36% of students attending public universities are black, in a country with more than half of its population being allegedly dark-skinned. Before the law of quotas, only 10% of university students were black.
As one of the 5 emerging countries of the BRICS, Brazil's poor educational system is a stumbling block in its bent to accelerate its economy and establish itself as one of the world's most powerful nations. Brazil is still far from reaching literacy levels found in other BRIC counterparts, such as Russia and China. Nearly 20% of the population is unable to comprehend a sentence or perform a simple mathematical operation. According to research by IBOP, almost 40% of Brazilian undergraduates are also functionally illiterate, showing how fragile the educational system is and the issues the government still needs to address in order to sustain the recent economic growth of the country.
The nation's educational shortcomings are leaving many Brazilians on the sidelines. More than 22% of roughly 25 million workers available to join Brazil's workforce this year were not considered qualified to meet the demands of the labor market, according to a government report in March. Earlier estimates show that tens of thousands of jobs were unclaimed because there were not enough qualified professionals to fill them. Unless the gap is filled soon, Brazil may miss its demographic window over the next 2 decades in which the economically active population is at its peaks.
All in all, education is a complex issue for Brazil, not only because of the lack of investment and value put in our schools and universities, but also the fact that their traditional education methods are now replaced for a better and more smart approach. The path to solve the education issue in Brazil is long, and the possibilities of contributing to it in alternative ways are diverse. There are thousands of NGOs that work with education, making this issue a little bit better every day.